Well, now we'll be joined by our content editor Saidul Khan to brief up about Mahasen, Cyclone Mahasen.
Well, Pinaz, as we were briefing our audience just now that Mahasen hit the low-lying coastal areas of Bangladesh, especially the Chittagong and the Cox's Bazar, which you have been mentioning. And also we know that the wind speed is very, very high in those part of the areas, and we have been seeing that the cyclonic wind and the wave started in Myanmar since Monday, and it has been moving, and it had struck Bangladesh today and the low-lying coastal areas there, and we are given to understand that peoples are being evacuated, and the UN official sources are giving us inputs that around 4.1 million people in Bangladesh, Myanmar and states in Northeast are likely to be affected. 5 people have already died, and now we are knowing that in the Met Department in India have said that Manipur, Mizoram and Tripura can be badly affected, but we can already feel that, you know, by evening it is likely to hit India in this northeast, but already wind is very, very high in almost all the 3 states, that is Manipur, Mizoram and Tripura. Also in Assam and Meghalaya also the wind have started blowing. It's all the climatic condition is very, very cold now. Not that cold, but it is really, we can feel the cold outside. I was just taking a stroll outside the office. In fact, I could see that wind was blowing very high. The wind speed in Bangladesh is said to be 130 meter, and the intensity of the wind is said to be around 20 to 30 kilometer per hour. So that's the kind of wind speed which we have right now in Bangladesh. And here also, though we are not getting the speed of the wind in Assam and the other states, but it is set, because if we are looking at the satellite images which we are showing on the television screen, that says that the wind speed will be the same, and it will affect. Of course, we don't know what will be the magnitude of the effect, but it is understood that it is not going to be as high as Cyclone Nargis, which hit Myanmar in 2008. So definitely it's a kind of danger, and it's a kind of havoc which is likely to create, because already we see the images which we have from Bangladesh that people are dying and the wind is very, very high. So I think disasters response teams have to be alerted, though the northeastern states have been given warnings that they will take adequate measures, but we really don't know how things can take up and what will be the kind of pictures by the evening, when we have already in Guwahati different schools have, you know, given their half holidays. Students have been asked to immediately go to their homes, but we really don't know what will be the intensity, because Mizoram or Tripura or Manipur, we are not that far, because if it is hitting Myanmar then to Bangladesh, then 3 states of Northeast, I think definitely, because they are saying that Andhra Pradesh and even West Bengal is also likely to be hit by the cyclone Mahasen. Pinas.
Heard that United Nations are saying that it threatens the cyclone Mahasen. It threatens 4.1 million people. So it's a big number. And what do you say? What do you have to say about this? Like, a lot of people, a number of people are in a threat. No, cyclone Mahasen poses a big threat to these people.
We understand that this is a natural disaster. We cannot do anything like to stop it. It is, if it has to happen, it will happen. We don't know what we can do, but you know, we can only say that, you know, our disasters team have to be accelerated. They will have to be placed into action, because we don't know what can be the magnitude. It's our only predictions which we have, but now we see that, you know, the intensity would not have been high, but we are already given to understand that 130 speed of wind, which is very, very high, and the speed which is around 20 to 30 kilometer per hour. I think that's a very, very high speed there in Bangladesh, which have hit today morning. But by evening we are saying that it will hit Northeast. But already when it has hit Bangladesh, we can feel the, you know, kind of repercussion in India. Especially now we are in Assam, and we are seeing, while we were just outside the office, we can see that the wind speed has started gaining momentum. There is drizzle already. The rain has not started heavily, but it is drizzling. And you know, the wind has that cold, because it's a summertime, that when there is rain also, the climatic condition doesn't seem to be that cold. But today the climate is already becoming cold. I think that's an indication that, you know, Mahasen is slowly approaching Northeast, and it may have a disastrous impact in Assam also. But the prediction is there in Manipur, Mizoram and Tripura. I am really very much conscious about our friends, keens who are there in that states, and how our government machineries are going to act on this time of crisis, which we cannot avoid, because this is something which will happen. Because we were trying to, you know, get some, you know, audio bites from places like Bangladesh yesterday, when they were saying that, you know, they cannot do anything. It's a natural calamity, though they have to face it. Yes, Bangladesh has seen many such natural disaster. Flood is one which they always see, of course, but in 2010 we have seen how cyclone Nargis had hit Myanmar and Bangladesh, because you know that Myanmar and Bangladesh are in a very low-lying areas. Of course, in Assam also we see flood and rains every time, lashing natural earthquake. Is a seismic zone, and now this cyclone Mahasen, which we were saying 4.1 million people, but if you combine, that's the figure of only Myanmar and Bangladesh. But now records, official data which we have, they said 8 million people in the entire three regions can be affected, that is Northeast, Myanmar and Bangladesh. So I think it's a very grim situation. It's a situation where we cannot do anything, we have to just face it. But I think it's time to pray, it's time for the people to pray to the Almighty, to whatever God they worship, and also let's say that we would overcome this natural disaster. Today evening it's hitting Northeast and it is likely to continue till tomorrow morning. So I am definitely say that people should come together, pray to the Almighty, and definitely something better can happen to them. They may be saved, because we don't know what will be the intensity. It's a dangerous moment, the intensity, the emotion. I can feel people are already fearing. I was trying to call people, everybody was querying kab hoga, kya hoga, nahi hoga. So everybody is afraid what kind of situation it will be, because it has not hit this part of the region. So people are really fearing that what will happen, because we know that it's a hilly area, trees are being uprooted, and buildings can collapse. So definitely it's a kind of a danger which is coming to this part of the region. People are emotionally charged up, people are trying to move out. Already many people from Bangladesh are trying to move out to from the coastal areas. But I think in India, in Northeast, we have not taken any such preventions. Northeast has the Delhi has only given us the warning, but nothing has been done, and we feel that Mahasen's Mahatandav will be there in Northeast. Pinas.